Well, good Shabbos, everyone. It's time for another Shabbat live service. And whether you're watching us through our streaming service or Facebook Live, we hope that you will enjoy it. And one reason you should enjoy is because this is 2 weeks in a row, we are on time. They said it couldn't be done, but we are on time, 7 o'clock, maybe a few seconds, and here we are.
But I'm a little nervous tonight, Rabbi, because we're using a new technology.
What do you mean a new technology? We're just getting used to the old technology, which was new to all of us.
Well, this is supposed to be like in 4K and have a Zoom capability, and I don't know. If it doesn't work, go to lvnertamid.org and get on our YouTube live, because that one will for sure work. That's over there. But we're going to try this one tonight and see how it goes. It should sound better. It should look better.
So what's the signal if it's not working?
Well, I'm watching the live stream on my iPad, so if it's not working, comment on it.
Okay, this is pretty high tech, you guys.
I'm trying. I really am.
Well, just as we have all become Zoom masters this past week, doesn't mean that we haven't had to have a little bit of a learning curve. You know that weekly schmooze we were trying?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a schmooze, but it wasn't a schmooze either. We had technical difficulty. But what do you think? We're going to do better. What do you think? A little bit of a learning curve.
It's going to work.
That's right. So we do have some upcoming things that should work. For example, tomorrow morning at 8:45, I will have my Zoom Torah class. We had over 25, 30 people, and Rabbi's number is about 100 people showed up to the Torah class. And then on Sunday, the entire religious school is going to be Zooming in for a virtual Seder at 11 a.m. And then at 1 o'clock, I am doing, I think, for the community, the first Zoom interfaith panel discussion entitled, When Bad Things Happen to Good People, the Coronavirus and Spirituality. Be a rabbi, a minister, and an imam. And I think we're going to have a very interesting experience. We hope that you tune in for that. But all this is kind of serious. What do we have that's a little bit more lighthearted?
Well, after that serious discussion on the interfaith panel, we'll have cooking with Cantor, which is kind of funny if you know me, because you know Jeremy does all the cooking. But I do have a couple of good recipes, and one of them I picked up about a decade ago, and that is for matzah toffee. Some people like to call it matzah crack because you crack the matzah after you make it toffee, and it's delicious. It has candy and...
You can't make small batches, right?
No, you have to like almost a whole box of matzah.
You got to make a lot, like you share with friends, right?
Like rabbis?
Yeah, like rabbis. But, you know, social distance. I don't know. Maybe freeze it. I'll get it when this is all over.
Or I can drop it at your door. You can Lysol it first.
I'll Lysol the matzah. Okay, good idea.
Yes. So join me at 4:30 for that, and just make sure to look on our event page so you can see that you have all the ingredients necessary to make it. There aren't very many.
All right. And little birdie told me that you got a big honor. Next Friday night, there's going to be something special.
So I was asked to sing in a series of concerts called Together in Song, or Come Together in Song, with the American Conference of Cantors, and mine will be premiering next Shabbat. So hopefully we will have a chance to have a watch party. It'll premiere in the afternoon for the East Coast people, so we'll have a watch party before services next week, and hopefully you will join me for that.
So this is national?
Yes.
Can I have a solo?
No.
No. All right. Anyways.
Can I give a sermon?
Yeah. We'll do a trade. That's a fair trade.
All right.
Maybe. Anyways, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
And our whole congregation is proud of you.
Thank you.
So before we do services, Jolie Brislin sent this in, and if you want, we got to keep a sense of humor. So this is from Jolie. The Torah speaks of 4 kinds of people who use Zoom: the wise, the wicked, the simple, and the one who does not know how to mute. The wise person says, I'll handle the administrative feature controls and chat rooms and forward the cloud recording transcript after the call. The wicked person says, since I have unlimited duration, I scheduled the meeting for 6 hours. The simple person says, hello, am I on? I can hear you, but I can't see you. And the one who does not know how to mute says, how should I know where you put the keys? I'm stuck on this stupid Zoom call with all these meshuggahs. And the wise person, you should offer this explanation. All of Zoom Pro optional add-on plans. Use it. To the wicked person, you should say, had you been in charge, we would still be in Egypt. To the simple person, you should say, try the call-in number instead. And to the one who does not know how to mute, you should say, why should this night be different than all other nights? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. What do you say we get started? Okay, Ricky?
All right, so I
Cantor?
want to say Shabbat Shalom to some of the people that are here with us so we can feel a little bit more like a community. I know the Zoom is going in and out. I don't know how to fix that right now, so I can turn it off, which would be fine, and then we're just going to be kind of wide angle, and I'll figure it out for next week. Let's see how I do that.
This is the thing with technology.
There we go. That should have done it. Turned off my whole phone, too.
That's right.
Okay. We should be on. We're still on. Okay.
We're still on, right?
Yes, we're good. Okay. So I wanted to say Shabbat Shalom to all the people that said Shabbat Shalom to us, to Jack, to Carolyn, to Mindy, to Nan, Heidi, Linda, Elaine, Shelley, Julie, Lexi, Ted and Sheena, Julie and Maya, Paul. There's a lot of people. Dina.
This is an hour
Erica.
service now.
Okay. Hi to everybody.
Hi to everybody. That's right.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's get started. Here we go. Ricky, that's the cue.
Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along, all the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song. I will sing unto God a new song.
We open up our prayer books to page 120, 121. If you're at home now, we kindle the Shabbat lights. These Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them. So may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. The Hadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu. Lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Page 124. We enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat, for within these walls we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer.
We continue on page 138 as we welcome the Shabbat bride, Lecha Dodi.
Yalla lecha dodi, yalla likrat kala, yalla pnei Shabbat, pnei Shabbat nekave, yalla lecha dodi, yalla likrat kala, yalla pnei Shabbat, pnei Shabbat nekave la. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, yishmi'anu el hamiyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'litila.
Verse 5.
Hit'oreri, kivorech, kumi ori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alayich nigla. Yalla lecha dodi, yalla likrat kala, yalla pnei Shabbat nekavela.
We rise to greet the Shabbat bride as we are able.
Boi v'shalom, ateret bala. גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, יאללה lecha dodi, yalla likrat kala, yalla
turn to page 146 for the Baruch Hu.
Page 149. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. A heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamari v'Aravim.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed.
Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. Blessed is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. You may be seated. This next prayer, Ve'ahavta, I always like it when you invite the B'nai Mitzvah kids up. So perhaps we can just use our imagination, kind of look into that Zoom camera. If you are coming up for bar or bat mitzvah, please, we want to hear your voices. Join wherever you are. We want to hear it right through that Zoom camera, joining with the cantor, and as we sing Ve'ahavta as a community.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet.
157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get there from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o sefele, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, o sefele. ונאמר כי יפאר אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu Leshalom, V'ha'amidenu Shomerenu Lechayim, Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu Lishalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
All right, I want to see all of our religious school kids get up and do this dance and pretend I can see you. And if your parents are watching, get a good Shabbat selfie. Page 162 if you're following along in our Mishkan Tefillah.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et hashavat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Last time. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
That was a lot of fun. I think for a while there, the camera had me singing.
Yeah, I figured out that when you were dancing, the camera was following you, so I was trying to undo that setting. It's going to take me a little time. I got to figure this out.
All right, well,
So hopefully you're not getting seasick out there, and hopefully we're staying in one place for the moment.
that's right. We're trying. Okay. Page 164, 165. Let's rise for the tefillah.
Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Anora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, u'Mevi Geula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol, Atah Rav le'hoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato lishenei afar, Michamocha bal gevurot, U'mido melach, Melech memit u'mechayeh, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atal hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. We continue in silent devotion through page 180, using the words on the right or the left side of the page, or the words within your heart. When you have completed your prayers, please be seated.
Seems that every day someone sends me an email, gives me a call, Facebook messengers me, and says, Rabbi, I'm having a tough go. In some cases, they have loved ones who have died of the virus or sick. Or maybe they're just feeling lost or lonely because they haven't seen their family. I think we're all in need of a prayer for healing. So we think of those who are physically ill and those who are emotionally struggle or struggle of feelings of the heart or mind or addiction, and those who are caregivers who give of themselves, and boy, do we appreciate them, that those who are ill are taken care of. So for all of these and for ourselves, this Misha Berach, may it envelop all of us with that spirit of love and hope. Good Shabbos again, everyone, and thank you for inviting me and Cantor into your homes. It is hard to believe that the last time we came together physically, a congregation there to meet in a large gathering, was at Purim. How much the world has changed since then. Each day has brought us a bit closer to news we never thought possible or imaginable. In the span of just a few weeks, millions have lost their jobs. We have spent days looking for basic groceries. We have been scouring the internet for face masks and sanitizers. It is, for so many of us, beyond unsettling. It is unnerving. I don't know about you, but for me, this past week just seemed to be a tipping point where my level of anxiety and discomfort seemed to reach a new level. The rational part of me knows, Gamzu Yavor, this too will pass. And it will, without a doubt, this too shall pass. And it will become an incredibly unpleasant memory, like other catastrophic events in our lives and in world history. It will become a defining event where we count time before and after. But while we are in the midst of this time of corona, where can we draw a sense of strength and courage? We know that we must look to loved ones and friends. We know that now more than ever it is important to perform simple acts of kindness. We know now more than ever how important it is to think of others. A simple phone call, a letter, maybe a project that you might do that will touch someone in a special way to say, I'm thinking of you. But tonight, I want to talk to you about our relationship with God, faith. You know, one of my favorite authors is Rabbi Harold Kushner. Ever since he rose to prominence after publishing his now iconic book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People, I have followed his teaching and looked to him for wisdom. He has portrayed God as more limited than we might imagine, more compassionate than we might feel, especially in times of crisis, and more loving than we often talk about, especially those who are used to early biblical examples of God, who is described often in very harsh terms of reward and punishment. No, I, like Kushner, prefer the God of the psalmists. Written much later in time, when the Jewish view of God had evolved, the psalmist wrote such soothing words. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid. I have always put God before me. What does this mean, especially now? Listen for a moment to what Rabbi Kushner has to say. I believe in God, but I do not believe the same things about God that I did years ago, when I was growing up or when I was a theological student. I recognize God's limitations. He's limited in what he can do by laws of nature and by the evolution of human nature and human moral freedom. He continues, I no longer hold God responsible for illnesses, accidents, and natural disasters, because I realize that I gain little and I lose so much when I blame God for those things. I can worship a God who hates suffering but cannot eliminate it more easily than I can worship a God who chooses to make children suffer and die for whatever exalted reason. Some years ago, when the death of God theology was a fad, I remember seeing a bumper sticker that read, "My God is dead. Sorry about yours." I guess my bumper sticker might read something a little bit different. My God is not cruel. Sorry about yours. God does not cause our misfortunes. Some are caused by bad luck, some are caused by bad people, and some are simply an inevitable consequence of our being human, being mortal, living in a world of inflexible natural laws. The painful things that happen to us are not punishments for our misbehavior, nor are they in any way part of some grand design on God's part. Because a tragedy is not God's will, we need not feel hurt or betrayed by God when tragedy strikes. We can turn to God for help in overcoming it, precisely because we can tell ourselves that God is as outraged by it as we are. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid. I have always put God before me. For most of us, the world is a place where we can take so much for granted. The sun rises and it sets. We get sick, we get better. We fall, we get up. Predictably, it is a part of our makeup, our life lessons, and our ability to get along and function each day. Is it any wonder that we have become a bit rusty when it comes to matters of faith? For much of our lives, we do not put God in front of us or even beside us. But not today. Today, in such difficult times, we need to know that God is with us. If we were to utter a prayer at this moment, it might look something like this. Be with me, God. I feel so lost. I can't seem to escape the dark cloud that is hanging over me today. Help me, God. Give me strength to combat despair and fear. Show me how to put my pain into perspective. Teach me to have faith in the new day that is coming. Thank you, God, for today's blessings, for tomorrow's hope, and for your abiding love. Amen. Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid. Kushner reminds us that God is not a magician and that our prayers are not magic. But our belief in God is central in reminding us that we are not alone. And while we may not understand the meaning of our suffering, we can impose a meaning that will bolster our confidence that despite everything we are going through, Gamzu Ya'avor, this too shall pass, and that in the meantime, if we abandon our sense of hope, we will indeed be alone. That is not the Jewish way, and that is not a path that will lead us out of darkness into light. Many have been the times in our history where we have faced dark times. And while it is inaccurate to compare one time of tragedy and another and call them the same, it is helpful to look at past periods of hardship and understand how people survived and how they were able to find hope. Noted psychiatrist Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust, and he wrote incredible books afterwards about how he survived. This is one of his more famous quotes. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Everything can be taken from a person but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's way. And so I ask you, how will you change yourself, your outlook, your ability to find coping mechanisms during this time of stress and uncertainty? We are asked to shelter at home. Have we turned our home into a place where we are hiding? Or is it a place that is a refuge from life's storm? Have we closed the shades to keep the world out, forcing ourselves to live in darkness? Or have we opened the blinds and allowed us to understand that there is a world beyond our walls, a world that is not just a memory or an impossibility, it is a place that will become ours again. But until that time, our world is often one of our own making. Are we better off pushing God away? Or are we better off inviting God into our lives? Shiviti Adonai lenegdi tamid. I have always put God before me. In a few days, we are going to be celebrating Passover, one of my favorite holidays. I read somewhere 3 out of 4 American Jews observe Passover more than any other holiday, more than Shabbat or Yom Kippur or Purim or Tu B'Shvat. It is Passover, this incredible holiday that is typically celebrated often with multiple families and multiple generations coming together. It is, in essence, the origin story of the Jewish people, how we became a people. And when we tell this story, we put ourselves in terms of history as if we were slaves and found freedom, as if we were finding God for the very first time. And we tell it through the eyes of Moses. We all imagine Moses as this hugely imposing figure who had an intimate relationship with God, unlike any other human then or now. But there was a time when Moses' knowledge of God was as innocent as ours. It took him to be the ripe old age of 80 when he was forced to flee his family, his life, his loved ones, cross the barren desert to begin again, to fall from grace as a prince of Egypt to become a simple shepherd. Little did he know that this was a process where he was in training for his new life yet to come, when he would shepherd the Jewish people to freedom. But this much we all know. And I ask you again to search your recollection of basic Bible stories and recall how Moses first encountered God in the form of a burning bush. There he was, strolling with all the sheep, and one of them went astray and started to climb into the mountains, and he went after that sheep. And then he noticed that there was a strange light. No, it was fire. It was a bush that was burning, but it was not consumed. And so he turned and he went towards the light. And as he walked toward the light, the closer he got, he heard a voice that he had never heard before, and yet it was so familiar, the voice of God. Moses, come, take off your shoes, for you are standing on holy ground. And Moses said, Hineni, here I am. The voice of divine called out to him, and Moses heard it. We long to hear God's comforting voice, but our sages remind us of an obstacle or two. They said, so often the problem is not the call, but rather the response. The twin enemies, fatigue and fear, are ever pervasive. Recognize the right voice, the worthy voice among the many you hear in your head, and get rid of the clutter that pulls you in all directions, the clutter of fear, of anxiety, of that unsettledness of worry. And let your mind, in all its clarity, hear that voice that speaks to you, to your higher angels, to your higher self. As we approach Pesach, we know that this Seder will be unlike any other Seder we have experienced, but it is not unlike any that our forebears have experienced. For even in dark times, they found a way, without technology, mind you, to be together. Whether it was the time of the Crusades, or pogroms, or the Holocaust, or when we were trapped as prisoners of conscience in the former Soviet Union, we found a way to observe Pesach. We found solutions, just as we are today. We found a way to be together, to celebrate Passover, and to embrace the hope that Passover embodies when the last words are, next year in Jerusalem. Next year will be better, for Gamzu Ya'avor, this too shall pass. And in the meantime, we place God in our lives, and in so doing, we place hope and courage in our lives. That is the Jewish way, the path towards our freedom from despair, our path from darkness to light, our path from loneliness to hope. In his moment of uncertainty, Moses asked God, who am I that I should go? And God said, I will be with you. Shaviti Adonai lenegdi tami. I shall always place God before me, for God is always with me. I conclude with this prayer. May it bring you strength that has brought me. Teach me always to believe in my power to return to life, to hope, and to you, God. No matter what pains I have endured, no matter how far I have strayed from you, give me the strength to resurrect my weary spirit. Revive me, God, so I can embrace life once more in joy and passion and peace. And when I feel tainted, God, remind me that I am holy. When I feel weak, teach me that I am strong. When I am shattered, assure me that I can heal. And when I am weary, renew my spirit. And when I am lost, show me that you are near. Shaviti Adonai lenegdi tamid. For I shall always place thee before me. Shabbat Shalom.
conclude our service on page 586, Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, l'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kilei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'nemar v'chaya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz, vayom ha'u yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
As we turn to page 598 for the Kaddish, we will take this time to collect your names for people that you are saying Kaddish or Yortzeit for. There were some in the beginning of the service that I'm not able to scroll up to those comments that came in, so if you want to give them to us again, that way we're able to read them for you aloud tonight.
And so we think of those who have died in recent weeks: Eugene Miller, Jerry Countess, Albert Rosenblatt, Gloria Heyman, Norman Schaffler, Howard Mincer, Douglas Streilinger, Eli Gaffin, Carolyn Gaffin, and Sam Lieberman. We recall the Yortzeits of those close to us: Andy Alberton, Benjamin Steve Arco, Barbara Baton, Anna Brown, David Brown, Barnett Chaikin, Regina Chenin, Jeffrey Syshon, Helen Flatow, Rose Gabrieloff, Dominica Gallo, Esther Goldfarb, Sheldon Gratz, Margaret Greenberg, Jay Kashuk, Jack Kreisman, Bess Kurtzman, Samuel Lee, Ronald Jack Miller, Anna Moskowitz, Niles Askuthorpe, Marion Polinsky, Douglas Ritchie, Annabelle Rivkin, Isidore Schumann, Conrad Shadlin, M. Harry Shiroff, Ada Solomon, Harold Stralzer, Andrew Urban Sr., Murray Weidenfeld, Florence Weinstein, Ashley Williams, Benno Wilton, and Annie Zone. Other names to be recalled?
All right, I'm going to start with the YouTube. We have Jay Kashik again, and Hillary Asher, Jerry Fox, Granny's Hughes. And then from Facebook, Connie Ryder, Jay Kashik, Jonathan Hark. If there's any others, please submit them now.
A little bit of a delay, so please submit them now. As we think of all our loved ones, if you're able, please rise as we say Kaddish on 598. Yit Gadol v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach Hirutei v'yamlich Malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dachol Beit Yisrael Magalav Izman Kari v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olmei olmaya Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit ba'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh v'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit alal Shmei dekusha b'richu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata Damiram bi'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabbah min Shomai v'chayim Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. Osei shalom b'mromav Hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. All right. Well, before we conclude, we have a couple prayers to say over the challah and the wine.
Okay, before I pick up this challah, it seems a little flat. Is it matzah already?
Well, we'll find out in a second. Let them wonder.
Mystery challah.
Mystery.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim.
All right, let's see if it's matzah or challah.
Okay, so listen.
Is this last week's challah?
Now, you can't go to the grocery stores like you used to. So it's still challah, all right? It's still challah.
All right.
All right.
I hope you have a fresh challah at home. I know some of our CNT moms have fresh challah at
We'll
home.
have fresh challah, but next week it's going to be Pesach, so
And it'll break just like that.
this was the last of it. So here we go.
All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
What do you think?
That's pretty gross. Okay.
Oh, thanks. Well, hopefully you have fresh challah and you enjoyed the service. I remind you tomorrow morning, wake up early, 8:45 for Torah study, and on Sunday, please, if you could, come to that virtual interfaith program at 1 o'clock. Love to see that. And then get busy for Pesach with Cantor on Sunday, making that delicious Passover treat.
Oh, and also tomorrow night, if you would like to bring in Havdalah in my living room, all of the cantors and cantorial soloists here in Las Vegas and Henderson have come together. I can't believe all of us will be in the same Zoom room, and we will be doing a healing Havdalah. So you can find that, as you did last week, on jewishnevada.org/Torah, and register there. It's a free Zoom Havdalah together, 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
All right. Final song, Oseh Shalom. Again, special thank you to Ricky, to Lee, to Cantor, and all of you for coming together tonight for a wonderful Shabbat. Oseh Shalom.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat
everyone.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.